The 5 rules of finance you should know by age 30. Rule number 1, the 50-30-20 rule. This is Trevor. He works a solid job and brings in a decent paycheck, about $4,000 each month. But even with that income, Trevor somehow finds himself broke before the next payday. So where does it all go? Well, Trevor lives in New York, which means about 50% of his income vanishes straight into rent. He also has a weird passion for collecting crypto-themed Monopoly boards, which isn't exactly cheap. And then there's his Friday night ritual at the strip club. I won't say how much he spends there, but let's just say it's above average. And with the little money he has left goes to groceries, gas, and all the other boring stuff. Savings and investment? None. So, if Trevor should be living by the 50-30-20 rule, here's how it would look like. 50% goes to needs, that's $2,000. These are your essentials: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, minimum debt payments. Ideally, you want your needs to take up no more than 50% of your income, just enough to stay afloat. Anything less is a win. 30% goes to wants. That's $1,200. This is your lifestyle budget. Dining out, subscriptions, travel, weird hobbies, or even wild nights out. Yes, you're actually allowed to enjoy life, but keep it in balance. 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. That's $800. This is future use lifeline. Build an emergency fund, invest for retirement, pay off high-interest debt, save for big life goals. This part is where the real wealth starts. The more you can grow this 20%, the faster you reach financial freedom. Rule number 2, invest early, aiming for the end game. At 18, I got my first real job and still lived with my parents. Back then, I was living by the 10-90-0 rule. 10% to living expenses, 90% straight into dumb stuff, 0% into savings or investing. I thought I was rich. Why wouldn't I? My bills were nothing and the paychecks felt massive. And what did I do? You know, the usual. Bought a fast car, a faster computer, and a whole lot of other dumb shit to flex on my friends. And guess what happened? They all moved to different cities. I was left flexing on no one except today's me. The biggest move you can make is to start investing while living with your parents. It will give you the fundamentals for reaching your goals faster. If you start at age 20, putting in $200 a month, and by the time you're 60, you'd have around $1.26 million. Start at age 30 with the same amount, and you'd only have $450,000. That 10-year head start? It's the difference between becoming a millionaire or ending up halfway there. And no, you don't need to buy the dip or predict the next big stock. Just follow the dollar cost averaging strategy. Invest the same amount regularly, no matter what the market is doing. It's simple, low stress, and proven to work long term. And yeah, investing might sound boring, but boring builds wealth. And it doesn't just have to be stocks. You can invest in other stuff like real estate, precious metals, skill building, private equity, collectibles, even digital assets such as CSGO skins. Yeah, some people have made insane amount of profits from just pixels, ones and zeros. But that's a topic for another video. So, the earlier you start investing, the more your money works for you, and the less you'll have to work later. Rule number 3, use debt strategically, not emotionally. Let's circle back to Trevor again. When he got his first credit card, he felt like he had unlocked the cheat code. Swipe now, worry later. No money in my account? Doesn't matter, I have credit. At first it was small things. A new pair of shoes here, a night out there. Then it became bigger. You know, the weird hobbies, the nightlife, expensive gifts for people he barely talks to anymore. I told myself it was fine. I was building credit, right? However, Trevor wasn't using credit as a tool. He was using it to feel good, to keep up, to avoid FOMO. But here's the thing, debt isn't evil. But how you use it, that's everything. Emotional debt is swiping your card because you're bored, stressed, or trying to impress someone. Strategic debt is using credit to build something, your education, your business, or assets that grow over time. Before you take on any debt, ask yourself one question. Is this going to make me money or cost me money? Credit cards? Use them smart. Pay them off every month. Stack the points and build your score. Car loan? Sure, if it gets you to work, but don't finance your ego. Student loan? Only if it leads to a real return. Business loan? Maybe, but make sure the math works. Real estate loan? That can be a power move if you're renting out the place or watching it appreciate while you live in it. It's debt with a potential upside. Debt can either be a tool or a trap. Use it with intention, not emotion. Rule number 4, build an emergency fund. Here's the deal. An emergency fund is cash set aside specifically for the unexpected stuff. Your car dies. Yep, that happened to me. You lose your job. Yeah, that too. Your landlord hikes the rent out of nowhere, pretty much every year. An emergency fund isn't sexy. It's not exciting, but it's your financial safety net when life sucker punches you. Start small if you need to. Aim for $500 to $1,000 as your first milestone. That alone can stop you from maxing out your credit card when things go sideways. Eventually, the goal is to build up 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Think rent, groceries, bills, gas, not vacations, not takeout, just the essentials to keep you stable. And where do you keep it? Not in your regular checking account, because let's be real, you'll probably spend it. Trust me. Instead, stash it in a separate high-yield savings account, easy to access in an emergency, but not so easy you'll touch it for random stuff. Bonus, it earns a bit of interest and has zero risk of loss. And if you ever need to dip into it, your number one priority after that is to refill it immediately. The emergency fund is what keeps one bad day from turning into a bad year. Rule number 5, build automated income with a long-term vision. Let's be real, one income stream isn't enough anymore. Yeah, I said it. It might cover the bills, but it won't buy you the freedom you want. And if it dries up, you're right back at zero. No backup, no breathing room. Most people hustle hard, DoorDash, Uber, freelance gigs. And yeah, that's cool to start with, but eventually, you gotta stop chasing money and start building systems that make money chase you. You want income that works while you are not. That means money that comes in while you're working on your next thing, or doing absolutely nothing at all. Don't start at zero every month. Build it once, get paid again and again. Because the real flex, retiring at 50, 40, or even 30, not working forever just because that's what people do. Aim for your end game. When do you want to retire? What does freedom look like for you? How do you want to live? And how much would that actually cost? Figure out the costs of your freedom. Do the math. Then start building systems that take you there. But how do you build those systems? Honestly, these days, you can monetize almost anything. A product, a service, a skill, a passion, almost anything. Just keep in mind though, these systems must be automatable. If it can't, then it's not scalable. And if it's not scalable, it's not freedom. Automate it, then duplicate it. That means once your first income stream is up and running on autopilot, you move on to building the next one. And when you're done with the second one, do it all over again. Automate, then duplicate. It's like building that iron farm in Minecraft. Build it, automate it, then duplicate it. That's how you stop trading hours for dollars and start stacking streams that are working for you. The first one takes time, but it gets a lot easier for each after that. And hey, don't be like Trevor from earlier, still broke, still flexing in the shadows, still wondering where his money went. He's got 4 hobbies, 0 savings, and a VIP membership at the strip club. That's the difference. You can chase the look of success, or you can actually build it.